guys? Dysfunctionally Functional Life with Tam Collins. What is up? Back again. Thanks for joining me. I just wanted to kind of finish up where I left off in part 1. We talked about validating ourselves. When we're in situations where we can't communicate with the person that hurt us or made us angry. And I think I also touched on, people need to be aware of balance. There is a time and a place, certain situations where, yes, people should want to give us a certain amount of listening, communication, respect for us, time for us, okay? In a partnership, especially if we're dating someone or we're married, yes, there is a normal, healthy amount that person should want to devote to us. Time, energy, communication, affection, all of that. Validating our feelings back and forth in the relationship. There are certain needs that a committed relationship is going to have. Healthy, normal needs. And there are balances with how much of that we're going to give to each other. Other than that, a toxic person will want to take way more than a healthy relationship even calls for. They will demand of you 24/7 that you are their on-call nurse, therapist, chauffeur, masseuse, cook, you name it. That is what they do. Okay? They have no idea about the healthy balances and boundaries, give and take, compromise. They'll fake you out like they do. Yeah. But, so if you get stuck in a situation like that, it's really important to know where you stand, because a toxic or narcissistic person will have you doubting yourself. They will have you looking at yourself like, damn, did I not do enough? Did I not give you enough? I stayed up for 6 hours with you last night, listening to your problem. Whatever. I made you a hot plate of food. I washed your clothes. I was thoughtful. I took off work yesterday to help you with your broken down car, or whatever the next crisis and problem the narcissist is having. And they will have you doubting yourself, okay? Because, especially the covert narcissistic person, they don't have the same confidence and motivation that a grandiose narc has. I have to say, grandiose narcissists, they're assholes. They're all jerks. They're very self-absorbed. They're stomping around the world, taking what they want from people, not thinking about people's emotions or feelings, but they get the job done. They're fucking motivated. They don't sit back sniveling and wishing it was them, wishing for things. I wish that was me. I want that. They shouldn't have that. That should be mine. And just sit there in their own goddamn self-pity. That's all a covert narcissist does. They don't seem to have the confidence, the drive, the motivation in themselves that the grandiose narcissist has. Grandiose narc is going to put that head up, and they're coming through. They're going to get it one way or the other. Move over, baby, because I'm here. I'm here to get what's mine. I'm here to do my thing. Yeah. And so sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the grandiose narcissist and just a fierce, fucking highly awakened empath who is a take no prisoners type of chick or dude. But highly loving, highly compassionate, not self-absorbed like the grandiose narc. Now, back to the coverts. Yeah, these covert narcissistic types, man, they will literally sit back and just resent everybody's ass. They're just in a little world of their own, in their own head, feeling inferior and insecure and not taking the initiative to do a damn thing for themselves. So, but both the grandiose and covert, they're both highly toxic. And behind closed doors, if you're in a close relationship with them or situation with them, even roommates, whatever, they're not going to give you what you need, okay? And remember, I talked about the balance now. We as individuals have to be aware of our needs. There is such a thing as being overly needy. I see people pointing these things out and discussing it all the time online and in different threads, but I don't see them explaining the balances. Well, I don't like people who call me needy. I don't like people who try to shame me when I need to talk to them, when I need some time. Okay, well, let's get that fucking shit straight. Let's get that out on the table. Well, there's a balance with how much time you should expect. Okay? Okay. Now, let's get that on out there. And I know sometimes I can come off a little hardcore because I had to learn to be extremely independent because of my toxic childhood, because of failures and letdowns and disappointments in relationships. But instead of turning into a snake or a cruel person or continuing down the road of being pathological, I wanted to heal. I wanted to grow. So what I did was take responsibility for what I was feeling. And man, I have to be careful with people. They really don't know how to take me. They really do get a little wadded up around me. Because just about any situation that could arise, I do hold people accountable, but basically at the end of the day, I have to take responsibility for the way I'm feeling. And I get so damn independent and tough like that, and channeling it into writing, creativity, making videos. I get so busy channeling my emotions into positive, creative, productive things that I don't need anybody. And people are very taken aback by that. They're very puzzled. And yeah, that can go too far because we want to be on a good, healthy level with other human beings. We don't want to go too far with being so self-sufficient that it becomes toxic. And it can. It can create a barrier. I can go too far with that to where I don't ever connect to humans. And that would be unhealthy for me. Okay? So I'm aware of these balances, but I just really wanted to touch on that because there's a lot of people out there that just don't get it. Just because a person sets down a boundary with you and says, look, just because I love you and I want to be in a partnership with you, or just because I'm related to you, whatever the case, it doesn't mean I'm going to have time for you 24/7. So I think that we always need to keep in mind, is the emotion that is on us, is it something we can resolve on our own? You know, a lot of times in the recovery worlds of addiction and recovering from different childhood things, a lot of times in those communities, they really, really push reaching out to others. Talk to somebody, reach out to somebody, get you a sponsor. You know, they really, really push, open up your social network, quit isolating. You need people. You need to rely on people. Build a support system. Okay, yeah. Absolutely healthy. Very healthy. A lot of times they push a lot of that in those communities. But there are balances to that I just kind of know. It's just kind of implied. It's just kind of common sense. That doesn't mean go out and expect to cling to somebody 24/7. Go out and expect that the support system you build is going to be there for your ass 24/7, wanting to hear your problem, having the time to hear you all the time. No, that's why it's important to build a support system. Notice they say system, because you cannot put that all on any one person. And that doesn't make them cruel. It doesn't make them selfish. It makes them human. Okay? Because I believe ultimately, after all the hard work I've done and the things I've been taught, ultimately, we as the individual, first and foremost, need to be responsible for what we feel. It's not everybody else's problem. We have to find a way to cope with it, to channel it, to move that energy, to work through those feelings. We're fucking responsible. So stop going around this world blaming and expecting everyone else to make you feel better. Okay, so I really want to get that clear, the balance of how much we should need people. How much should we expect from them? How much should we rely on them for that? And then how much should we be able to take care of ourselves? Okay, and it's very important, and it's going to depend on what situation you're in. Is it a marriage? Is it a relationship, romantic? Is it a family member or roommate? It's going to depend what type of situation it is. And then you're going to need to find out what is the appropriate amount that I should be giving and listening and putting my energy into this. And what's the appropriate amount that they should be giving back to me? Am I seeing a well-balanced, healthy, normal, equal exchange of this in that situation? You need to know those things and be aware. Now, a toxic person, a narcissistic person, has absolutely no awareness and they don't give a shit. They are only in it for themselves. It's all about extorting other people's energy to serve them. They are not taking your energy or your help or your time to actually heal their problem. Not at all. They are not using your time, your energy, your help, your resources to better themselves, to learn, to grow, so they don't need you as much next time. Absolutely not. What they are doing is trying to attach to you like a parasite. Absolutely. And siphon. Suck all that you have, all that they can hold, fill up on you every day with that narcissistic supply. They want all that you have. They want your time, your energy, your emotional support, and it is never ending. You will not realize any of this until you live with one, okay? So you can sit back all you want being the outsider, the bystander, the chick on the side that, well, I would do better than that. They deserve attention and time, and okay. You have no idea until you've walked through it with a narcissistic person. It's very childlike. It's like they've regressed back into their childhood or something. But, and so, anyway, to wrap that up, get it clear, people. Pay attention to how much you need. Goddamn. Some people are overly needy. And there's these people out there that are, don't shame people for needing other people. Don't make them feel ashamed for reaching out. It depends on how much the fuck you're reaching out. And the only reason I'm coming across like this is because I lived with it day and night and day and night and day and night. There are people that will take advantage of your damn time and energy, and they have no intention of healing, growing, changing. They should not need your damn emotional support every day. They shouldn't need it 24/7. That's too much. And what I'm saying is, those types of people need to get their ass up and go to a therapist. They need to take the initiative. But you know what a toxic person will do? They will punish you for it. That's right. They don't want to heal and grow. What they want is to corner someone, break them down, and they want a nice little supply system at home that they can control and manipulate and get by with all of their toxic behaviors, maybe their addictions, all of that stuff. And they want that support system. That's the only support system they want. It's not even a system. They want to be able to corner one person and put it all on that one individual, usually a member of the opposite sex, that they feel comfortable dominating, siphoning energy from. You won't see their ass act like that in front of a man, though. The minute a man walks in the room, they tighten up. But the minute, they don't pull that shit on men. That's why they don't call up any of their male friends. Hey, yo, I need some help. I've got some issues. I want to work on some stuff. Because they have no intention of doing so. No. They want to keep a bunch of females. Now, there are male and female narcissists. Yes, absolutely. But because of the female's natural instinct, mothering tendencies, okay, women do get preyed on a lot. The sob story, feel sorry for me. Okay, so if you're caught in a situation with one of these people, you guys get it straight. Know your balance. Know how much is healthy that you're even supposed to be giving to this person in a relationship. That you're even supposed to be, because they will have you so broken down and doubting your own self, making you feel on a daily basis that you did not do enough. They will act like you never did a damn thing for them. And meanwhile, you will be walking around exhausted. And while you're exhausted or actually hospitalized from this, they'll be on the phone with another girl, manipulating her, moving on to their next victim. So, know your balances. Do not be afraid. Know your worth. Know your value. Hey, I've given you enough. You've got some kind of childlike issues. You need to get up and go to therapy. Instead of preying on these women out here, calling up the next girl, not doing a damn thing to help yourself recover and heal from what's going on inside. You're just a parasite. You are a black hole parasite that is using women, objectifying them to get your damn needs met. Get your lazy ass up and go to therapy. Sorry, it does. It finally has to get that blunt and that mean. But, it's very empowering too. Don't ever let self-doubt creep in. Know your value and also know what you should expect. Because the narcissist and toxic person, they're only going to focus on their needs. And you will forget about yourself. You will forget that you also have human needs that should be met in a relationship. Okay? Know those balances very well. Know them inside out. Be aware of it, okay? And don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to put a stop to things and take your power back. So, how's it feel? Has anyone tried that? Just leave the toxic person. Don't say a word to them. Find out, what is your passion? Where could you release this at? Whatever it was they did to you, what they refused to communicate with you about. What are your gifts? What are your creative passions? Where could you go with that emotion that's built up inside of you? That pain that you're carrying? That anger that you've got to get out? What could you do with that? The possibilities are endless. And it feels amazing when you start to break free of the pain and the trap that the toxic person will keep you in. And really, like the saying goes, the only way out is through. And I have found in the past that facing down my worst fear, the thing that I feared the most that they would do to me, because that's what they're good at doing. That's what they find. So I figure out what that is about myself. What do I fear the most that they're going to do to me? I figure out what that is, and I pull the fucking plug on it. I walk right through it. Whatever that worst nightmare was, I go ahead and prepare myself to walk through it. To let them do it. Whatever it is they're holding over my head that makes me feel self-doubt, insecure, that makes me keep striving with them, all of those things, keep putting energy into them, trying to get them to love me and validate me, understand me, feel me. Pull the fucking plug. Okay? And the techniques I talked about in part 1, that's part of pulling the plug on them. Isn't it powerful? After a while, you'll lose the need to even think about them anymore. You become so powerful. You find a way to channel that energy, to release it, to get it out there, off of you, to make yourself feel fulfilled again. You did it on your own. Okay? Now, I'm not saying Having a support system of human beings to rely on is a bad thing. No, it's healthy. Having several people that are whole and healthy and self-aware, they care about you, to call up and say, I really need to talk. That is a very valuable thing. You have to have that in your life. But at the same time, it's even more powerful to not have to rely on anybody, to learn the techniques where you can take all of your power back and you don't have to worry about calling anyone, okay? Because I've seen people so overboard to the point where that's all they rely on is other people. People. Anybody, somebody. They're like little children, just filled with desperation. And they're out there in the world like parasites, just hungry, starving, clinging on to anyone they can get to get this energy back again. And destroying those people's lives at the same time. Absolutely destroying their lives. Moving through one after another, after another, after another. Absolutely. And so that's all they're out for. And when you're in a situation like that, it is so freeing. It's the ultimate freedom to pull the plug on them. It really is. And it's painful and it's hard to do. It can be very difficult. But what I talked about in part one, the writing in the journals, the writing songs, making videos, turning it into a creative channel, that's just one thing. There are so many ways we can start pulling the plug on these toxic people and taking our power back. And I just told you one of them. Figure out what it is. What is the main thing that you're afraid of? What are they holding over your head? What are they punishing you with? What are you fearing that they're going to do to you? Is it abandonment? Are they going to cheat on you? Do they call up and flirt with other girls when you don't obey their orders? When you don't serve their toxic agenda? When you can't quit your job or kill yourself being there for their toxic ass childish needs? What is it that you fear that they're going to do to you? If you fucking finally stand up for yourself and you start taking your power back. So that's the second thing I have to do. After I cut communication and say, you know what, I'm not even going to try to talk to them anymore. I don't need their validation. I don't need them to apologize. I don't need any of that. I know how to heal myself. I know exactly what to do. I'm going to examine these emotions. I'm going to use all of the sources that I know. I'm going to channel this feeling into some other things, and I'm going to validate myself. I'm going to give myself that damn love, attention, acknowledgement of pain that I needed when they did something to hurt me and they didn't give it to me. Then secondly, I'm going to ask myself, what's the trap here? What is that card that they're holding over me? You have to stop and do that and think about, okay, what is it that I'm so broken about from my own past? What am I afraid of? Examine all those things. And when you figure out what it is, walk right through it. Your very worst nightmare. That is how I have literally gained my power back in the past in situations with men who were, such predator types. Just literally on the internet preying on women. Literally telling them all the same things, sending emails, saying the same script to every woman, meeting these women, taking their money, doing horrible things to their lives. Just some of the sickest shit. And there was a point in my life where I was involved with someone that bad. And when I found out about it, oh my God, it was the most horrific thing. And in order to try and keep me in his life and keep me under control, what he would do is flaunt all of these other women, get on dating sites, call all of them up, put their pictures on his Facebook, just really degrade and try to devalue me. He was completely abusive emotionally, psychologically, would scream and yell at me and basically, bitch, if you're not going to do this and that, and make all these demands, horrific demands on me, like some overgrown baby. And if I wouldn't do those things, because I had a life to live and responsibilities to keep up with, if I wouldn't do those things, he would play this very childish game of, okay then, you know. And for a while I let that get to me. For a while it soaked into my self-esteem. And it really depends on how much you care about that guy. Like, what's your level of connection to him? It didn't hurt me for long. I pulled the plug on that shit, and I was very proud of it. But for a short period, it shocked me. It soaked into my own self-esteem, like, wow. All the things that I've tried to do for this relationship, and what is it about me that this person would treat me like this? Why is he still out in the world looking at and after all of these different people? I had to realize it's because he's fucking sick. A very sick man, a very narcissistic man, and he does not connect to women like a normal, healthy man would. And when I really started to realize these things and work on myself, I just woke up one day and I decided, you know, I deserve so much better than your scummy ass. And my very worst fear, what was hurting me all along, perplexing me, and oh my God, you know, why is he going after these girls? Well, why is this happening? That whole emotional trap, having to worry about that? Hell no. That pain, that fear of, well, if I don't obey and if I don't do all of these toxic things for him, he's gonna... No, we have to stop and catch that glitch. Why would we be so insecure and so lacking in self-respect that we would want to be with a garbage man like that anyway? Who would even do something like that? Didn't keep a job, had no purpose, no business in this world. You know, and all of these things I found out slowly. They don't show you that right up front. They give you a much different impression of how they live their life. Okay? But yeah, I found that the way to escape that emotional prison of feeling terrible about yourself as a woman, because that is how they want you to feel. You have to remember, you are a high quality, high value woman. You are the shit, baby. It is they who are the insecure little snakes. It's they who are the underdeveloped man boys of the world. Just saying. That's really what it is. And they're terrified of a woman like you. Absolutely. They need to break you down as soon as possible. As soon as possible. To their control. If not, they've got to hurry up and get their little backup plans on the line. People they can break and control. I wouldn't want to be one of you bitches for anything on this planet. I wouldn't. I had a girl tell me one time, this low self-esteem bitch, you should be happy that you have a man. You should just be happy that you have a man. Why are you always giving him so much grief? Do you hear yourself? You poor, pitiful bitch. You poor, low rent, low self-esteem, low value bitch. I'm sorry. Now, I love to uphold women. I love to put awareness out there and strengthen the other women in the world. I love to do that. But there's a couple of you bitches out there. You don't want the encouragement. You don't want the empowerment. You just want to attack innocent women because of the narcissist, because you've been manipulated by this person, and you don't care to listen. You don't care to give an innocent person the benefit of the doubt. You don't care to learn. So that's the way I feel about you guys. Please. And so the only way out of that feeling for me was to wake up and go, you know what? Go right ahead. You go right ahead with these women. I think I'm going to see other people as well. Or that's what I told him, you know. I knew damn well I needed some time to recover myself. The last thing I wanted to do was go out and get with somebody else. But I just put it out there like that, you know, and I pulled the plug right out from under that, and it literally just happened for me. I did the work. I thought about myself very deeply. I connected to my inner self, and you deserve so much better than this. You have so many wonderful qualities that you've worked so hard on all of your life. Get rid of this garbage guy. Get rid of him. He's that type. And back then, I didn't really know the covert narcissist. I didn't really know their patterns and how they sit up and stalk like a predator and look for women to capture and degrade and devalue and break down and use up and move on to more victims. I really wasn't aware of it. So, as aware and educated as I am now. So yes, those are a couple of ways that you can take your power back. That's right. Deal with your own emotions. Don't have to rely on anyone to give you your emotional strength back. You find a place to channel that fulfills you again. Validate that in yourself. And then find out what it is that's your absolute worst fear that they're going to do. And walk right through that. Walk right through it. Make it happen. You know what? Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. It's okay. In fact, I want you to. In fact, I want you to date other people. I want you to get on out there and get a taste of whatever it is you've been chasing. Because this high value, honey, this is not for every man. You have to know your worth. And man, sometimes that can go away. You can forget how valuable you are. All that you have to offer. The fantastic qualities you have. Stuck up under some broken, wounded, crappy person who is so blinded and wounded in their own crap that they can't see your worth. They don't value things like what you have. They don't value integrity, motivation, responsibility, loyalty, open and effective, honest, assertive communication. They don't value that. All they want is a fucking lifeline. They just want your damn life force. They don't see you as a human at all. They see you as a fucking object to suck everything they can use from you and use it to their advantage any way they can. And they have about 5 or 6 more that they're doing the same thing to. They do not connect to people like normal human beings do. Okay? They've got a block there. So, take your power back, and I assure you, yeah, you're still going to hurt, okay? You're not going to heal up magically overnight. I had to crawl through stuff like this for years, okay? But I assure you these techniques work. No, the pain won't magically disappear overnight, but I assure you it will feel so amazing to get your self-respect back, to clip that dead weight, clip that garbage. So what? Know that you're better than that. And stop forgiving and overlooking and forgiving and overlooking. You're swallowing it down and it's killing you. Your self-respect is going away. Let them get on out there and get a taste of whatever it is that they've been holding over your head. Whatever it is they've been chasing, that they've been focusing all of their energy and attention on. Not going to school, not going to work, not bettering themselves, not becoming a better husband for you or man for you or wife for you, male or female. Not putting that real time and energy into you like you have put into them. Let their ass go. Clip it. Let them get on out there and, honey, get a taste of the low rent shit they've been chasing. They're not going to find another you. You need to take your valuable ass with all of your wonderful, strong, loving, compassionate, motivated, inspiring qualities. You need to take that and get the hell away from that garbage. Get on down the road. Pursue your purpose. Put that fire and energy that you were giving to that garbage person. Put that fire and energy into something productive for your future. Something that can help others. Give it to children. Give it to people who can value you. Give it to other mature adults who have done the work, who are brave, who can accept you and see the beauty that is you, the excellence that is you. They can appreciate you. They can cheer you on in your success. Leave behind the toxic, covert narcissist who's sitting in the corner. I want to be like you. I want to take all your energy. I'm wounded. Why is everybody better than me? I'm lazy. I don't want to have to do all that stuff. I don't want to face challenges in life. Please stay with me. I just want to suck all your energy. And anyone else I can find at the same time. And if you don't give it to me, well, I'll show you. I'll show you how many girls I can date. I'll show you how many girls I can call. Leave that little motherfucker in preschool. You 40-year-old fucking baby. Leave those fuckers on the playground. Dump them off at the trash dump with whatever they're chasing. And let them sit there in that shit and don't look back. That's what they deserve. For being too stupid to see a true friend, a true woman, a high quality, rare person that's not going to come into their life all the time. I'm finding as I get older that people in this world that are authentic, real, that actually do care to tell you the damn truth, to be there for you, they are rare. They are rare. People these days, they are cartooned the hell out their minds. They're busy. They don't give a damn. Nobody's listening to anybody. Everybody's stomping all over everybody. It's rare that you find a true friend in this world. And if you were stupid enough, I'm sorry, but you narcissists are fucking stupid. You are. You are. You're your own worst nightmare. Your own self-fulfilling prophecy. I was wounded in childhood. Now I'm going to be such a dick. I'm going to be such a selfish bastard. I'm going to treat everyone so terribly that I'll get left and abandoned and wounded again. Oh, fucking stupid assholes. You're your own self-fulfilling prophecies, you fuckers. You think I'm going to feel pity for your asses anymore? They will take you down through there. So listen up. Find your own strategies and your own coping techniques. Pull the fucking plug on these people. Okay? You've got it. You've got it inside of you. I promise you. Find a way to do it.